It's headlines and fun, true crime tales and a wild rerun. Bits of news to brighten your day in the latest, wackiest, petty expressway. Scandals, gators, space coast too, crimes that baffle and headlights askew. When the world gets dark, we bring the cheer. Newsy nuggets, the good, the grim, the weird is here.
Hey guys, it's Mo. Thank you for giving me the grace to have a not so human day yesterday. I am feeling, well, at least 10% more human than yesterday, so we are back in the saddle on the hunt for pop culture, legal, shenanigans and their intersection. And it looks like there is an update with the Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively, kerfuffle shenanigans. But it looks like there has been an update. If you guys have been keeping up with the case, Justin Baldoni's countersuit for defamation of about $400 million dollars against Blake Lively, the New York Times, and oh God, Ryan Reynolds. I was like, the douchey guy that she's married to. Give me his name. I was like, Ryan Reynolds, which is upsetting because I do like he speaks to the language of my sarcastic soul, but he does seem to be a little bit of a douche canoe. But I don't know if that's a factor of Hollywood and Holly weirdness. The general sociopathy needed to be an adult pretender at a good degree to kind of supplement your personality into your character. I don't know. I'm not a psychologist or a phrenologist, although maybe we should bring back the study of criminal head shapes. Maybe we'd be better. Who knows? Justin Baldoni will not be, excuse me, refiling his defamation claims against Blake Lively following the dismissal on June the 9th of his lawsuit. Now, in a statement from his lawyer, Brian Friedman, the actor prefers to pursue additional legal options rather than to revise and refile his claims against his It's Ends With Us, co star. Now, previously, Justin Baldoni's lawyer had described the judge's decision to dismiss the $400 million lawsuit as unfair. At the time, he also stated the film director wants to be vindicated. Again, this is probably going to be going through courts for a long time. This is a civil case, so it needs to be a preponderance of the evidence rather than beyond all reasonable doubt. So this is going to be, Justin trying to defend himself against Blake Lively's suit now and not a countersuit. Now, earlier this month, Justin Baldoni suffered a massive loss in his ongoing legal feud with It Ends With Us co-star Blake Lively, as Judge Louis J. Lindman chose to dismiss the $400 million defamation lawsuit that he had filed against her. Legally, the film director was allowed to refile the claim with amendments before June 23rd, but it has now been revealed that he won't be making that move, at least due to what he said to People magazine. Now, rather than making an amendment, Baldoni intends to pursue additional legal options. Discovery is proceeding, and we're confident that we will prevail against these factually baseless accusations, said Baldoni's lawyer in a statement. Instead of revisiting existing claims, our client will be pursuing additional legal options that are available for us. Now, being not a lawyer and a twice college dropout, I have no idea what, a la carte legalosity they might be attempting, but I'm sure it will come out. Maybe it's strategy to kind of say you have something on the back burner when you're scrambling to look at. I have no idea. Now, back in January, Baldoni filed the defamation suit against Lively in response to her own suit, which she accused him of SHing or harassing her in a sexual manner and spearheading a very public smear campaign to destroy her reputation. Now, I can tell you I haven't watched It Ends With Us. I'm not a Colleen Hoover or whatever her name is fan. Um, but I will tell you that when a film is kind of has a backdrop of DV in its, kind of history and foundation, the sort of lighthearted selling of coloring books and alcoholic beverages and your own hair care products, rather than addressing the very, kind of poignant cycle of violence that some people will find themselves in. It does hit a sour note for a lot of people, who see DV as a very serious thing. And I do believe that Blake Lively and the author didn't strike a respectful or even kind of coherent tone through the promotion of this film. Again, it wasn't for me. I wasn't going to watch it. I haven't read the book. I honestly don't have a lot of time to read right now, and if I'm going to read something in the smexy genre, it's going to be sci-fi with aliens. No offense to like people on Earth, but I'm pure escapism. But back to the article. Now, in his suit, Baldoni also named the actress's husband, Ryan Reynolds, and their publicist, Lee Sloan, along with Lee Sloan's PR firm, Vision PR Incorporated. Now that that lawsuit has been dismissed, there is a likelihood that the narrative surrounding the matter may change. However, Friedman, during his statement, emphasized that the dismissal does not nullify Baldoni's claim in any way. The court's decision on the motion to dismiss has no effect whatsoever on the truth that there was no harassment or smear campaign, Friedman said elsewhere in his statement, and it does not in any way affect our vigorous defense against Miss Lively's claims. Now, the remarks from Baldoni's lawyer come after he slammed the decision from Judge Lindman to dismiss the case. He described the decision as not fair and not right with an interview with TMZ Live the day after the judge had ruled on this. Now, Friedman also stated that Baldoni desires to be vindicated and noted that that has been his primary focus since Lively started to make complaints about him. He knows who he is. He knows what he's done. He knows what he hasn't done, the attorney told the outlet. And he wants the truth to come out. He wants to do that in the appropriate way. He's waiting for his day in court where he can speak and tell the truth, Friedman added. Now, Lively sued Baldoni in December 2024, accusing the director of harassing her in a sexual manner on the set of the movie It Ends With Us, where they both played leading roles. Baldoni then responded with a $400 million countersuit alleging that Lively and her husband tried to seize control of the movie from him. However, Judge Lindman dismissed Baldoni's lawsuit against the actress, noting that Lively's allegations were made within privileged court papers. However, the news of Baldoni's suit being tossed, a source close to Lively, told the Daily Mail that she had cried with relief upon hearing the dismissal. Now, complete elation from Blake's world and a monkey off her back, the insider said. Blake is breathing a sigh of relief now, and all the tears are happy tears. Back in March, Baldoni's lawyer hinted at the possibility of a settlement between Lively and the actor was unlikely. Friedman appeared on the podcast The Town, where the host, Matthew Baldoni, had suggested that Baldoni might be willing to settle due to the potential circus and damage for both sides of the trial. In response, his lawyer brushed off the circus narrative while explaining that the allegations had done deep damage to Baldoni. The reality is this is not a circus when you go through the experience like this, Friedman said per Us Weekly. I've represented a lot of people in the worst moments of their career, the worst moments of their lives. Justin has been destroyed by this. Now, as things continue to unfold, Lively and Baldoni have a March 9th, 2026 trial to look forward to. So this will be something that I'm sure will be ongoing. I haven't delved deeply enough into this. If you guys would like me to, I kind of think it's two Holly weirdos going after each other, so I have really no skin in the game. But if it's something that you enjoy, I do think that public perception, at least the little bit that I've delved into this case of Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, has definitely been tarnished. And just a cursory sort of 50,000 foot view, it does look like there were machinations to wrest control of, if this movie was potentially good, of the, I guess, prequel or sequel. Is it a trilogy? Who the hell knows? But to get the rights to the other Colleen Hoover book that Justin had, so it does look like there was a coordinated effort. Now, is it malicious or is it just business, baby? I don't know. But it did seem like there was a coordinated effort or alignment to try to wrest control creatively from Baldoni. But as I said, I've only taken a very cursory view of this. I have watched mostly pro Justin channels. So if want to get into this, I would have to look at both sides of the issue and, try to be not biased. But did want to give you guys some big legal shenanigans news, and this is what's up. Thank you again for being kind and gracious and understanding that sometimes with chronic pain, things are out of our control, but I am feeling a little bit better today, so we are firing on at least 4 of 6 cylinders. So can't ask for more than that when you were on 1 cylinder yesterday. I will talk at y'all later. Remember, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, but have a sassy mouth and carry a can of bitch fire, because God only knows when you'll have to defend yourself against Hollywood weirdos. Bye, you guys.